everyone, and welcome back to It All Starts With a Wish podcast. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mark.
It's almost Halloween.
It is almost Halloween. And you know what that means?
What?
It's time for another Halloween dad joke.
Okay.
Listen, y'all only have to stand one more Halloween dad joke. We have one more week. Next Monday will be the last Monday before Halloween. I promise it'll be my last Halloween dad joke.
And then
I'm
we get
excited
Christmas
for
ones?
this one. No, we'll get Thanksgiving ones. Why? That's it.
No,
That's
we've already done this
Nope.
rant before.
Why do we always skip Thanksgiving? Why do we go from Halloween to Christmas? Thanksgiving is one of the best, most meaningful holidays that we have. Literally a day to sit down with your family, to eat a good meal.
There's just no other
and
festivities besides the actual day.
Bull. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Football.
Yeah, the day. On that day.
Football.
On that day. I'm saying there's nothing like building up to it that you do like for Thanksgiving. You just have Thanksgiving Day, which is why people skip
You
over
can make
it.
cornucopias if you want.
I don't think people want to do that.
You can pick apples. All that stuff is fall stuff.
Yeah, but that's not Thanksgiving. That's just fall.
You pick apples to make applesauce for Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry, Mark. You're one-sided on this.
Listen, no. Thanksgiving. Think about it. It's a day to give thanks for everything that you have. What is more meaningful than that? So much more meaningful than kids extorting...
Santa.
So much more meaningful than kids extorting candy from people. And Christmas, as much as I love it, is so commercialized. Thanksgiving still is not quite as commercialized.
You're sounding like an old fart.
You know what, woman? Maybe I am.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I am an old fart. And I love me some Thanksgiving. So...
I like Thanksgiving, too. I like it.
So why would I not have Thanksgiving jokes?
I don't know. I didn't think there would be that many Thanksgiving jokes.
Try me.
Okay.
Try me.
Look, I'm sure there are out there. You're just going to have to look them up.
But first, Halloween jokes. What kind of rocks do ghosts like to collect?
I don't know. Something with boo.
Tombstones.
Oh. I went for the boo, but tombstones. That's funny.
You didn't laugh.
Because it's not like ha ha. It's punny. It's like, oh.
Someone laughed.
I'm sure
and
someone
I appreciate
did.
them for laughing at my joke.
Well, anyways, some big announcements.
Disney has been like rapid firing announcements lately.
Honestly, I think they could have waited for another lightning lane change since we're just now, I feel like, getting used to the one that we have. That was just changed, and now they're adding more into the mix.
They're
not changing it. They're adding another
and this
type
is not
of lightning
permanent.
Lane. No.
This is they're calling it a pilot program, so they're going to see how it works, see if anybody's actually interested in it, see if they want to get it. So this is not a permanent thing. This is not something that is a definite permanent thing. This is just something that they are trying out with a very specific subgroup of individuals who go to Walt Disney World.
Who can afford it?
Probably.
Come on. Let's be real.
Yeah, but... So... There have been a lot of announcements before we get to that big announcement, though.
Yeah.
There have been some announcements about the new Cars area that's coming to Frontierland and kind of how that is going to connect with the theme of Frontierland and kind of the national parks. And I think that that's going to be really neat. Some of the concept art that they're breaking down and kind of talking about it within regards to the planes shorts that were kind of the Cars. That is really kind of the general theme that they're going to use for it. And so there's going to be some really cool trackless outdoor rides, one of the first trackless outdoor rides anywhere in the world that is going to be part of that land. So I think very exciting. Those of you who are
Isn't Mater in Disneyland trackless too? No?
There's the, I don't think it's Mater. It's not Mater.
Well, it's whatever
it's
that...
the tire shop like thing.
Oh.
But this is going to be a legit like roller coaster that is trackless.
That makes me a little uneasy. Not gonna
It is
lie.
very cool. You should watch. It's like an off-road vehicle that like goes without a track. It is very, very cool.
I know, but like, how do they control it?
The same way
I
that they
feel
control
like
the
a lot of
trackless
things
rides
could
and
go
everything
wrong.
else. No, it's the same technology
I know, but when
as
you're
the other
outside,
rides.
I feel like that is... Like, when you're in a building, if... I don't know.
It looks really cool. It looks sick. So,
Listen,
anyways,
I'm feeling pessimistic today, so...
look into it. It looks really cool. They also have announced some more firm things with Dino Land probably closing around the end of this year in preparations for its transition into Tropical Americas, or whatever they are calling it in Animal Kingdom. So get in your last rides on Dinosaur and Triceratops Spin now, because you will not be able to ride them for much longer, unfortunately or fortunately for some. I think Rachel's very happy about that, but...
Yeah, I don't really care that it's leaving. I mean, maybe a little bit for like the nostalgia of it, but I rode that ride every time, not willingly. So, I mean, I still rode it. I could have not rode it, but not my favorite.
It's such a cool ride, though. Anyways, off track. Dinosaur. I am sad to see Dinosaur go. I always enjoyed Dinosaur. I thought that is a very thrilling ride for what it is without being a roller coaster. And I always kind of like dinosaurs. I think it's kind of a cool ride. You know, they're not going to make it. There are some of the most quotable lines, really, in Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
In that ride, though, you have to admit.
Yes.
Hello there. Not our dino. But at least this one's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Computer!
Oh, look, you made it.
You're not gonna make it! You're not gonna make it! Oh, look, you made it. And someone else did
What did it say
too.
at
Or what
the
does he
end?
say? Someone else did too. He's the other dinosaur.
Thanks for everything.
Thanks for everything.
That's what he says right at the end.
Come on. That is one of the most quotable rides in Walt Disney World.
No, it
and
is.
I'm a little sad to see it go. However, I am very excited to see this new Indiana Jones ride that will be coming to Animal Kingdom, because I love me some Indiana Jones. It belongs in a museum. You don't get it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
from Indiana Jones.
Yes, no,
You looked at me like you were...
I did. I just didn't. It didn't register. I understand now, but I didn't understand like the ride belongs in a museum. I like that movie better than Dinosaur, so. And I feel like Dinosaur was like kind of a flop. So.
I mean, Indiana Jones was a series of now 5 movies.
Yes, I understand. So it's like one movie called Dinosaur that was actually terrifying, honestly, when you think about it, for children. Like, literally up there with Jurassic Park. I feel like that end scene, I don't know, I feel like it kind of flopped to get its own ride. Maybe they thought it would do better. I don't know.
So
It's
one of
not
the
surprising.
latest updates that Walt Disney World has given us is for a new version. Not a new version, I will say a new addition to the new system that is the Lightning Lane system. It is called the Premier Pass Lightning Lane.
I do think
Horribly
that
exciting.
it could work. I feel like there's been a lot of backlash on it already, and it hasn't even rolled out yet. But I think primarily it's because the only people who are piloting it are people who are at specific resorts. So, on October 30th, right before Halloween, is when this starts. If you are staying at any of the deluxe studios or resort villas or deluxe resorts, that's it.
Yes.
You can use this.
So DVC members
Yes.
who are staying at the DVC villas, or people who are paying out of pocket for DVC villas,
or yeah,
and anybody staying at a deluxe resort. So remember, 3 different resort categories at Walt Disney World: deluxe, moderate, and value. We're talking the deluxe resorts, so we're talking your Grand Floridians, your Contemporaries, Polynesians, Wilderness Lodges, Yacht and Beach Clubs, Boardwalks, Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Also included in this is the Swan and Dolphin, the Swan Reserve, and Shades of Green. Those are all included in that category, even though
not technically Disney.
Technically Disney, but I mean, Shades of Green is Disney, but not in a category of deluxe. They're just in a category of their own. So Swan and Dolphin, Swan Reserve, Shades of Green are also in that category.
Mm-hmm. And the DVC villas that are in all of those hotels already mentioned, as well as the ones that are specifically DVC resorts like the Riviera, Old Key West, and Saratoga Springs.
Yes. So basically, anybody at a deluxe resort or a DVC member staying at a deluxe resort is going to pilot this. So I think people are a little upset because it's not going to everyone. But
it's just the pilot, people. They're going to try it. They're going to see if it works.
But like I said before, this comes at a price. So I do think they're targeting people who are most likely to buy this or to use this on their trip. And that population of people staying at those resorts are usually the ones who will spend extra on those kind of things. So I do think it was strategic in that way. But some people are a little upset because they want to also do it. But it's just this for now. I'm sure if it works out, everyone will be able to get it. But we just have to be patient.
Will everybody want it? Is everybody the bigger question.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the people. I don't know. We'll have to see. So basically, what is this? A Premier Pass. Think of this as your all day, all ride it once pass. So.
What a synopsis.
All day, anytime. One time. That's it. You have a one-time entry that you can pick at any time during the day at the park of your choosing for the day. However, this does not include park hopping. You are at one park. You could park hop and come back, but only that Premier Pass is only going to work for one park a day.
Unless you purchase it for multiple parks.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could park, but that's
very expensive.
I don't think I would do that, but
I don't know why you would do that, but
I don't know why either. I think the good thing about this, some pros, is that you can use these time entries at any time. They're not telling you a specific time to come back. You are not joining a virtual queue. None of that. You're literally just walking up to the ride if you have not rode it or the attraction, and you're scanning in and you can get on.
So keep in mind, right, the regular Lightning Lane pass system that is now being instituted by Walt Disney World. 7 days in advance, if you are staying at a Walt Disney World resort, you can book three in advance that you need to schedule Lightning Lanes prior to your stay. If you're a non-Disney World resort guest, I believe it's 3 days before. 3 or 4 days before.
3 or 4 days, not a week.
That you can book those 3 lightning lanes. Once you use your first lightning lane, then you can add on. But those lightning lanes are very structured to a specific time that you have to use them. You're going to get an hour window that you can use those within. You are picking that hour window now, right? You're being able to schedule that in advance much better, I think, than the Genie Plus system was. This is like the old Fast Pass system in that idea that you can reserve it ahead of time, in this case, a week ahead of your first day of your stay for each day that you want to purchase it for.
Yes.
This new Premier Pass system is saying you don't need any of that. Maybe you're familiar with some sort of skip-the-line system that is used at like a SeaWorld or Universal. That other ridiculous park I will not mention in Orlando. Or like a Six Flags where you buy for
the pass
like
for the day.
$150 for the whole day. In addition to your ticket price, you buy that and you can skip the line on every ride that you want to for the entire day whenever you want to.
Yes. The only difference between this is that you can only ride that ride once.
Right.
So as soon as you check into one,
once you do Thunder Mountain
you
once,
can't do it again. You can't do it again with that Premier Lightning Lane. You can, however, get go in the standby line and do it again.
Why you would do that, I don't know after you spent all this money.
Yeah,
but
no, I don't know. Honestly, there's a lot of rides to do in one day, too. So, like, that's something to keep in mind, too. However, the big rides and attractions are included in this.
Yes.
So that, I think, is really something to note here. So, Seven Dwarfs Mine, which, like, look at Magic Kingdom. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron, or you would have to do an individual Lightning Lane, which is another branch of Lightning Lane. So you would buy a multipass Lightning Lane for the day for all the other rides, and then you would have to individually buy Mine Train or Tron separate from that. This Premier Pass includes those big ticket rides in that. Again, you can only ride it once, but they are included. So I think that is a really good bonus.
Yes. Yeah, I think that helps that it's already included.
I don't think they'd be stupid enough to do this, but I don't think that they would not include those and still have you pay extra for them. I think that would be a little ridiculous, if you ask me. I don't think as many people would bite, but because those big ticket rides are on there, it's interesting. It would be interesting to see the price, on a given day to see if it, is actually either cheaper to do it that way, or maybe it's not, but maybe it's just the convenience. I don't think this is ever
going to be cheaper. No, I think this is just the convenience of it.
Yeah.
These prices are absolutely absurd. We'll get there in a
second. Yeah, we'll get there, but they are going to vary by day. But I think one of the downfalls to this, besides the price, is that there is no park hopping in this. Yeah. I don't really ever foresee us using this. Maybe to try it out once, but the price is pretty steep for what it's worth, and you can't use it at any other parks. So, I don't know. I guess it depends on if you are a one park from rope drop to close person, or you like to mix it up. So I definitely think it depends on you and how you're going to use it. I just don't think if you are a park hopper that getting this would be worth it because you're only going to use it for half the day. Like if you're only going
I don't think you're park hopping with this. I just don't see the reason to.
You don't see the reason if you're park hopping to even buy it.
No. Yeah. There's zero reason. You're going to want to spend the whole day in that park. Yeah. If you're spending this much money, you're going to want to ride every ride that you possibly can in that park that has this option.
Which is hard enough as it is.
Yes. Also, keep in mind, though, too, that not every attraction in Walt Disney World has Lightning Lane.
This is true.
So only the rides or attractions that already have a Lightning Lane are on this list. So that means in Animal Kingdom, you have 10 rides that have Lightning Lanes that you can use this in. Again, your big rides, Avatar Flight of Passage, which you would have to purchase a single-use Lightning Lane for separately, is on that list, but there are only 10 rides that you can use this for. In Epcot, 11 rides. Hollywood Studios, 13 rides. And Magic Kingdom, 20 rides. So let's break it down by park to kind of better understand how all this works. At Animal Kingdom, similar to how Lightning Lane works, you're going to have a sliding scale depending on how busy the parks are in any given day. Mm-hmm. So the busier times of year, you're going to pay the high end of this range. The slower times of year, you're going to pay the low end of this range. You are going to pay for an Animal Kingdom Premier Pass Lightning Lane $129 to $199 plus tax per person. $129 on the low end, $199 on the high end, and that does not include tax. So, for a family of four...
Well, hold on. I was going to say, I want to know this. Now, I assume because this happens sometimes with other Lightning Lanes, does every person in the party have to get it? No. Because other people have Lightning Lanes and get it, and they don't have everybody in the party have it. So does everybody in the party have to do this when you buy it? Yes? Everybody in the room is getting it.
I don't think that you can pick and choose. Like,
Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. You can't say, like, 2 of them are going to use it all day.
well, I mean, I think, like, Lightning Lane, you could, like, just say that the 2 of them are going to use it. Just the other person is not getting it at all, then. Like, that other
they're
person
not paying for that person, is what I'm saying. Like, you're only paying for 2 people.
I think
if you have a room of 4...
Like a Lightning Lane,
Yeah,
you don't
that's what
have
I'm
to
saying.
pick a Lightning Lane for everybody in your party if you buy Lightning Lanes. Not everybody in the room needs it, just the people who are going to use it.
Right. And so I'm saying you're
But
picking...
that other person cannot pick and choose and go, oh, I want to ride that
Yes.
ride with you. They need to get the whole thing.
Yes, that's not my question. I was saying that it's the same as whoever's buying it is using it. So if you have someone who's not riding rides, or you have a child who's not going to ride it or take advantage of all those things, then if you have a family of 4 and only 2 of them purchase it...
It's not like the dining plan
So
where
it's-
everybody in
yes.
the room has to buy it
So
once
you
one
can
person
pick
buys
and...
it.
You can pick who's doing it and who's
Yes,
not.
just like a Lightning
But,
Lane,
like you said, you are all in or you are all out.
Right. That means, though, for a family of 4 on the high end of this, bear in mind, this is not counting your base ticket. So you have to pay to get into the park in the first place. Family of 4, $199 for this one day in Animal Kingdom. $796 on top of your base ticket. Almost $800. To me, that is absurd to even think about. What is this getting you, though? If you pay this, it means that all 10 of those rides, you can literally just walk right into the Lightning Lane on those rides whenever you want once. So you can't ride Avatar,
I
Flight
think they
of Passage
would be better if it was all day.
more than once. It is all day.
No, I feel like
But you cannot
not
ride
the
them
more than once
limitlessly.
thing.
Yes.
I feel like if it was more than once, people would bite at this like it was. You don't think
Would
so?
they? I don't know. That's awfully steep.
That's steep, but think about all okay, Animal Kingdom is a really bad park to start with because there's not much there that we would even use a lightning lane for to begin with.
Well, and I think Disney knows that Animal Kingdom is not a great deal, and that is why this is on the lower end of the spectrum. So bear that in mind. Those 10 rides that are attractions, right? Like, it's tough to be a bug is one of these that's on the list. It's not a ride, but it is an attraction. You can get into every single one of those through the Lightning Lane once that day. The advantage is you don't have to worry about booking these things in advance, right? Bear that in mind, right? You can walk up to those rides whenever you want. You don't have to track back and forth across the park. You can literally just do a big loop of the park and ride them whenever you want. However, that's a lot of money to just do that once when you can buy a single-use Lightning Lane for Flight of Passage for like around $20 per person. So, bear that in mind. Epcot, purchasing the premium pass will get you on 11 attractions for $169 on the low end to $249 on the high end. Again, only 11 attractions, and that is per person in your party that wants to buy this. To me, Animal Kingdom and Epcot, I don't see a world in which these rides and these parks, if you hit these parks at the right time, even at the busiest times of year, so many of these rides you can just walk on as many times as you want if you hit them at the right time of day. You could ride the safari at least 2 times first thing in the morning with a minimal wait under 10 minutes in the standby line. You could ride Everest probably like 4 times first thing in the morning, just on and off if you go right there at park opening at rope drop. If you go to Flight of Passage at the last hour of the day, you probably can stand in the standby line and only wait about 30 minutes for that ride. I don't see, and a lot of similar things at Epcot too. Most of those attractions at Epcot, besides Guardians of the Galaxy, keep that in mind, Guardians is included in this. Besides Guardians, Frozen, and Remy's, I really don't see a planet in which this is worth it at either of those parks. To me, that is too steep of a price per person to even consider using it. Hollywood Studios would be the next one. Now, Hollywood Studios, I think it gets a little interesting at. Because although it only gets you on 13 attractions, some of those attractions, about 5 or 6 of them, maybe even 7 of them, are perpetually above a 60-minute standby line almost any time of the day. Things like Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway,
Rise of the Resistance,
Rise of the Resistance, Slinky Dog Dash, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, oftentimes Toy Story Midway Mania. Like, off the top of my head, I can think of 7 rides that are consistently above 60 minutes. So maybe this one, we're starting to talk, okay, maybe this is a little bit more worth it. I still don't know why you wouldn't just buy a regular lightning lane system and just do a single-use lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance.
You got money to spend.
But if you want to spend $269 on the cheapest days or $349 on the most expensive days, again, per person plus tax, it will get you on those rides. Maybe if you go at a really busy time of year and you really want to drop an extra $1,200 on a single day in a park to ensure
to maybe guarantee
that you can just walk on all of the rides
but you're also
once.
running the risk that there's no refunds and it's non-transferable. So if there is a shutdown of a ride, you're not getting on that ride. Mm-hmm. Similar to same thing with the other lightning lanes too. Like if there is no end in sight to when Rise of the Resistance is opening again due to technical difficulties, then yeah, you hope it doesn't happen. But it can. So you do run the risk that you pay all that money to not ride one of those rides, which is a lot of money, which is more than $20. I'd rather burn $20 and be like, oh, well, it was only $20 than $200 and what?
$269 on the cheapest days. Cheapest days. $349 on the most expensive.
Listen, the most expensive for the most expensive park I have written down is $449.
Yep, so Magic Kingdom. This is the last one. Bear in mind, this gives you on 20 attractions. 20 attractions. So that is a lot. You're looking at, on the cheapest days, $329 per person. On the most expensive days, $449 per person, plus tax.
No, that's like $2,000 right there for a family of 4. Nope. That's a hard pass.
Per day. If you keep in mind, if you're going for a 5 days and you want to buy this every single day, you could drop easily an extra $8 to $10,000 on this
lightning lanes.
That's insane to me.
I don't know what they're thinking.
Anyways, at Magic Kingdom, this is the one park where maybe if I hit the lottery, you could talk me into this. Because there are 20 attractions, and a lot of these are really busy attractions. And the lightning lanes tend to work really well at Magic Kingdom, where when you get a lightning lane at Magic Kingdom, you tend not to wait very long. And for the ease of just being able to walk in Tomorrowland and hit every single ride that has a lightning lane, and then move on to Fantasyland and do the same, and then literally just loop yourself around the entire park and just do every single ride and attraction with a lightning lane, maybe if you could tell me that I can get on all 20 of those rides in a single day without waiting more than 15 minutes for any of those given rides, maybe there is a world at Magic Kingdom where if you have an extra $2,000 to drop for a single day for a family of 4, maybe, just maybe, this one is worth it.
That just seems like stupid money.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
I don't even think I could see it. If I was a millionaire, sure. Why not? I don't know. I don't know how many bites they'll get with this. I'm interested to see. I mean, I know that there are people who would do this.
People go to Disney, and a lot of people who have money, like, they just blow money at Disney.
Okay.
So I do not doubt that they're going to get people who are going to try this. And I think if they get enough people to do it, I think that they may make this a permanent thing and maybe open it up to more people. I just don't see a world in which someone who stays at a moderate or a value resort's ever going to be able to afford this without putting themselves in debt or having to take out a loan or an equity loan on their house or something.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Because it is absurd amounts of money here. Like, I always complained about, like, having to buy this at, like, a park that will remain nameless.
We complained when it was
SeaWorld,
$17 to get Rise
and
of
it
the
was
Resistance.
$100 and something dollars
Oh,
for
yeah.
an entire day to ride any ride that you want
That was more
throughout
than
the course
once.
of the day. Right. To me, this is like Disney's attempt to do it, but they're making it even less of a good deal and even more of a, like, money grab.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the parallels are there for, all day skip the line type of things that other, theme parks have. But
To me,
I just feel like they're missing the mark with the one time thing. Really, truly. I feel like if it was just for all day at one park and you could ride it as many times as your heart desires, I feel like more people would be like, okay, I'll pay $500 for that.
maybe. But to me, if you're going to spend $2,000 for a family of 4 in a day, and you have that money to drop in addition to park tickets and all that stuff, why not then think about the next step up from this and just do a VIP tour?
Mm-hmm.
VIP tours average around $450 to $900 per hour, with a minimum of 7 hours that you have to pay for. So on the cheaper days where it's $450, you're talking $3,150 for the group to do this.
Yeah.
And to me, that's when you get
experience, though, I think.
a personal VIP tour guide that takes you anywhere that you
and
want.
Food.
All 4 parks are open to you. You can go in the back entrances to all 4 parks. You don't have to deal with any of the crowds or the lines. You go into the exit queues of the rides. You don't even have to go through the lightning lanes. Like, to me, if you have that money that you're going to drop $2,000 for this bloody premium pass, why are you not just doing a VIP tour? Like, to me, that would make so much more sense and be such a better use of your money than this. This feels like something that, like, maybe someone who can't really afford a premium pass, can't afford a VIP tour, like, they're trying to cater to, like, that middle group of people who have a lot of money but don't have that much money. But I really don't understand where they're going with this and what they're thinking. And to me, I don't know. I see this as a rare L for Disney. I think that this is kind of a loser move, and I'm not usually critical of Disney with many things, but I am going to be critical of this. I don't know who is going to buy this.
I was all for it until I saw the price. I mean, there's no way they can make this cheaper.
When people are already spending an arm and a leg to stay in the resorts, get maybe
if you're staying at the resort, you get like half off of the premium.
Well, this is only for guests who are staying at certain Disney resorts.
That's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like
so you're paying for the privilege to pay more money to get this premium pass.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I don't think that we'll be trying it, but I'm eager to see when people use this. I'm sure that there'll be some pretty notable people in the Disney world that will try this out and see how it goes, and I'm interested to see how it goes for them. I don't ever see me being a hypocrite with this and ever buying this, but maybe for like a special occasion, for like a Magic Kingdom day, maybe you could talk me into it, but I tend to doubt
I would definitely do a VIP tour over this.
I would think so too.
If we were going to spend that kind of money. For sure.
I agree. I think that VIP tours are such a better deal and give you so much more than this will ever give you.
Yeah.
But that is my humble opinion. Keep in mind, VIP tours are super expensive.
Those are also
very
too.
Expensive. So, regardless, Disney's Premium Pass Lightning Lane. I don't think you'll see this family ever using it, but maybe your family can't afford to use it and wants to give it a try. So if you do try it, let us know how it goes. Let us know if you like it. Bear in mind, October 30th, if you're staying in a deluxe hotel or at a Disney Vacation Club villa, you can give this new Premium Pass a try, you can book it just like your Lightning Lanes 7 days in advance of the first day of your stay. And again, you can pick and choose. You don't have to buy it for every day. You can buy it just for one day of your trip. You can buy it for all the days of your trip. You do have to select the park, though, that you want to use it at for each one of those days. And you will be charged accordingly.
Yeah, depending on the day.
So anyways, lots of exciting announcements. I don't deem this as one of the more exciting announcements, but it is an announcement nonetheless, and we wanted to make sure that we talked about it so that way you folks know about this latest update, and you can consider whether or not you want to purchase a premium pass on your next Disney vacation. If you are staying at those very specific things during this pilot period.
Yes, I know.
So there's a possibility that this won't last very long, and I tend to hope that it will not last very long. Anyways, I want to thank you all for listening. Please follow us on our social media accounts. Send us an email if you have any questions or comments for us at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com. And if you are interested in booking your next Disney vacation to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or any of the Disney portfolio locations across the country, as well as the cruise lines across the country. What am I saying? Across the world. Send Rachel an email at rmello@mickeytravels.com.
Yep.
And remember, folks, it all starts with a wish. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.